Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Straight Facts Commentary where I give you my unpopular opinions in everything pop culture. So please stick around and subscribe for more. Hey y'all, I am back again with another video, and in today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about Nicki Minaj. So if you're interested in her, female rap, pop, conspiracy theories, trending topics, my unpopular opinions, whatever I feel like getting into for real, go on ahead and subscribe and let's get into this video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Nicki Minaj, okay? Now, you guys who watch my channel know that I really talk about every single female rapper, good, bad, in between. I'm gonna shed light on all of it because it's only fair, right? I'm not gonna not talk about somebody, whether they're right or wrong, or they could do something differently, or they could change something just simply based upon someone being talented or not. I tend to talk about everything. So, with that being said, though, I have mentioned just myriads of things about Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, Doja Cat, Ice Spice, in situations where I feel they could have done something differently, or they shouldn't have done something, or there was a different way that they could have approached something, right? But what I will say I respect about Nicki Minaj, despite her not being perfect at all, what I will say that I truly respect about Nicki Minaj is her grind. Her being in the industry for as many years as she's been, her cultivating the fan base and the love and the power that she has behind that. I will say she doesn't need to do the current crap that the music industry is proving right now. She doesn't have to do that. I've been paying attention. I pay attention to pretty much everything. She doesn't have to do the PR stunt. She doesn't have to do the super elaborate, crazy rollout. She doesn't have to really do that because she's solidified herself enough in this industry to where she has a solid amount of people behind her. She doesn't have to fall for the industry ploys and tricks in order to get attention, in order to bring in sales for her music or any other of her endeavors. And somebody's probably going to say, well, what do you mean Nicki Minaj is always doing like some weird PR, weird, like something weird on the internet? Her being on Twitter and trolling the rap girls isn't the same thing. She's talking to her fans 9 times out of 10. Her going on station head, trolling people with her fans, as crazy as it is and as annoying as it is, it's not the same thing. I mean, when I say PR, I mean the PR crazy stunt weird crap that the girls in the industry are doing, like Ice Spice, Sexy Red, weird stuff that Lotto has done, weird stuff that Cardi B has done. You know what I'm saying? Just different things on the internet to where you're like, oh, that is very obviously something that they did just to get into the blogs. Whereas with Nicki Minaj, she'll say something crazy on Twitter and station head. She's not trying to get onto the blogs when she does that. She just be saying stuff. She just be doing stuff, and she just doesn't care. Like, I think she's not even thinking about it like that. Like, oh, let me say something crazy or do something or post something crazy to get into the blogs. What happens is she just is very reckless at the mouth, and she ends up getting into the blogs that way because she says something that's off kilter that she probably shouldn't have said or shouldn't have done, or she's being shady to somebody, but I don't think it's her intention to go on the blogs. She just happens to go on the blogs for it because she's Nicki Minaj. So she's going to get onto the blogs for it. But these other things that these other girls are doing feel a little bit more planned, like they're planning little stunts and PR stuff. This whole Central C thing with Ice Spice and her poop bars and her taking pictures on toilets, and I'm talking about weird stuff, just stuff that's just weird, stuff that's just weird. Sexy Red and how she carries on, just doing weird things, okay? Nicki Minaj really kind of stands on her own, and I respect that. She doesn't really do a lot of industry stuff. She's not at Mike Rubin's all white party. She doesn't go to a lot of fashion shows. She doesn't go to a lot of industry events, award shows, and she doesn't do that stuff. She really just puts out her music for the people who have been longtime supporters of her, longtime fans of her, and she goes for the most part. And she doesn't have to make a huge fuss around any of her music in order to sell it. She doesn't have to do something weird right before she puts out her album. She doesn't have to do something weird right before she puts out a single. She doesn't have to have a whole bunch of firestorm or social media talking about her in order for people to pay attention. People are going to pay attention to Nicki Minaj no matter what. Nicki Minaj took a break. What was it? I forget what year it was. Some Barbs who watch me, because I know Barbs watch me. probably know what year she took a break, where she was gone for like 2 years maybe, where she wasn't putting out any music at all. People wanted Nicki Minaj back. She took a complete break. Like, she did not put out no music at all for like 2 years. I forget what time period that was, but y'all know what time frame that was. Right after Queen, I think. I'm not sure entirely. What do they call it? What do you call it when she, the word for it? Oh, she was on a hiatus. Okay. And she wasn't making music or on social media for like 2 years or something like that. It was an extended amount of time. Okay. So Nicki Minaj she doesn't have to do the internet thing. She doesn't have to do the Instagram thing. She doesn't have to do the Twitter thing. She doesn't have to do the publicity stunt thing. She doesn't have to. She can. She doesn't even have to really do a proper rollout. Her album sold, Pink Friday 2 sold crazy amount of numbers for minimal promo. She didn't really promote it like that. She didn't really put a whole lot of crazy like promotion in it, a super interviews, music video. She didn't really do anything for it like that. Like, not to the level of like the original Pink Friday, how that was promoted and how big. No, she barely lifted her finger, and the album sold what it sold. The tour is selling what it's selling. So, irregardless of any criticisms that I ever have for Nicki Minaj, but she will still get criticism from me because I don't care. I'm gonna criticize you if I feel like I need to, right? But at the same time, I do respect her. I respect her so much because she doesn't have to do the crazy stuff. She does not have to do with it. How the industry is operating right now is at such a gimmick level. The industry is signing anybody. The industry is going to push anybody who's viral for 5 minutes. Ice Spice was viral for 5 minutes. They propped her up. Sexy Red was viral for 5 minutes. They propped her up. They're going to push the first person that gets a moment, a singular moment, a small, tiny, tiny, tiny moment. They're going to find that person and try to push them all the way to the top without working them like that, without them developing real fan bases, without them having the real support, without them having the talent, without anything. The industry is focused on virality, TikTok, hot little singles, little insignificant stuff, not somebody who has a foundation. The industry doesn't want to build a foundational artist clearly anymore. They figure, why waste the time and the money? Why waste the time and the money on it? Because fans and audiences are very fickle now, and their attention spans are too short for us to be investing our money into these people. These labels don't want to sign an artist that's going to have to grind for a long time before they make it, or grind underground in the background before they pop. They want somebody who's going to pop instantly. Nicki Minaj didn't pop instantly. So the industry is running off of a time frame of like, okay, we sign you, you got to already be popping when we sign you. Like, you already have to have had your moment already so that we can capitalize on it. They're not going to sign somebody who's fresh, doesn't have really anything going. They might have a little bit of buzz, but nothing crazy. They're not going to sign those people because they want instant success. They want instant money, instant. If they don't get that, then they're not trying to sign these people, even if they're talented, because they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait for them to build a fan base. They don't want to wait for them to get fans. They don't want to wait for them to do this and wait for them to do that, because real success, real talent, it takes time. That kind of stuff takes time. It's not something you gain overnight. If you gain it overnight, you lose it as fast as you got it. That's why I don't want that. I'm a small channel and I want to be successful, but I'll feel so much better if, say, I've been working for like on my channel or even on my business. Like I said, I've been a business owner for the last four years, and I've been grinding. I've been putting my blood, sweat, and tears into something, and it manifests. And if it manifests into something way larger than what I could have anticipated 3 years from now, then it'll have worth all the work I put into it. But see, like that, for example, a label doesn't want to do. They don't want to do that. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait and birth something that will eventually be great. They want it to be great right now, instantly. So, that's why I respect Nicki, because she put the work in and she deserves everything that she has. She deserves everything that she has. So Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that because the music industry is wild. It's wild, and just seeing all this stuff like unfolding with Ice Spice and just other girls and stuff. It's just like, but that's it for this one. This was just a rant and ramble, me giving my thoughts and opinions like I do. Okay, I love you, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.